Yes, here we are. Good morning from Brazil. We are just beginning our webinar. We are just beginning that, and thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, one more time, we are starting our webinar. Thank you for everybody who's there, and let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Moment, please. Somebody is asking the link. We start. Let me say here. Somebody from India. Oh, great. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Well, it is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Good morning. Good morning, Catarina Monteiro. Good morning. Good morning from Brazil. And good morning, all of India and all Europe. Thank you very much. And once again, we're going to have our webinar, one series of webinar I'm going to introduce to you. And let's go step by step, step by step. Let's go. And thank you. Today, have you ever heard about intervention by the mediator? Do you know how to make the correctly intervention in the exactly moment? Well, here I am to teach you how to. You're going to learn. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to learn how a mediator can make intervention correctly in the mediation process and keeping neutral and partial. I am Professor Giancarlos. Well, so I invite you to start in our world, in this moment that we're going to fly in the world of how to intervene, multi-resorted mediation, intervention by the mediator. Okay, so let's go. I would like to start with this phrase: resolving a conflict through mediation is an act of encouragement. Resolving a conflict through mediation, I used to say that it is, in my opinion, it's really an act of courage. I used to say that, and if we take a look, it's an act of courage. You try to solve a problem through mediation. I mean, arrange it because it was wrong here. Okay, now it's okay. Intervention by the mediator, and learning how to the mediator can intervene correctly in the mediation process and keeping neutral and partial. So this is what I'm going to talk about. Let's start our webinar. I do thank you very much, everybody that's here today, that they are participating in our meeting here today. Oh, thank you very much. Really, really, I do thank you and appreciate. Goswami, good morning from India. Hi, hello. Thank you very much for being here with us in these so fabulous days. Thank you really. Thank you very much. So here you are, intervention by the mediator. We are talking about. I think something was wrong here. Oh, no, it's okay now. I'd like to know, please, somebody can tell me if you can hear me very well, and my image is okay for you. Please let me know. I really need to know that. It's okay, my image for you? It's fine? Anybody can help me to tell it. Miss Miss Swipnil here. Oh, thank you very much. Please just let me know if my sound, you can hear me very well, and if my image is good, please. Oh, it's audible. Thank you, and visible. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Really, thank you. Let's start it then. Let's start then our webinar. Let's start talking about something I consider very important. I know as from my experience as a mediator for long years, in some cases, in some cases of a mediation, even the most experienced mediators are at a loss to know, to intervene. I don't know how I'm going to intervene, to contain, because this intervention, to contain a particular movement or a particular behavior of a part, sometimes not need at all. I remember in the spring of 1998, there was a couple who were in the mediation process, and it seemed out of control. I was a mediator, and it seemed they were out of control, and they didn't now allow themselves to be heard. They were really without control, out of control, always making interruption, accusations, and it's very say that I do not agree what you are telling me, even though the couple, he and she, were warned about the rules of the beginning and sell the opening statements, the rules of the beginning of the procedures. He did not respect, they did not respect one each other. She didn't respect him, not respect him, respect the mediation. And he didn't respect her. It's one of the things that I always say. We have to create, as a mediator, you have to create an environment which provides a comfortable place, a safe place. And that's why it's so important, rapport and other things techniques we use. And the question is, when this happen, and has happened a lot, it happens and has happened a lot, it is necessary to make use of some communication tools. I remember we have hard tools, hard skills and soft skills. Soft skills, we already born with soft skills, but hard skills we learn it from our competence. We learn as now. This is what I'm teaching you. This is what you are learning from me is called hard skills. We have to learn to be a professional mediator. And it's necessary when there is interruption, these communication tools that can be applied, all this communication I'm talking to you, and I'm going to talk, can be applied in order to control different types of interruption, because there are many types of interruption, and undesirable behaviors, and understand, believe the behavior of a person sometimes cannot control, because we cannot control our emotion. We cannot control. And sometimes I believe that was Victor Hugo that said that once he said, the emotions are the captain of our lives, and we obey them without noticing. We obey our emotion without notice. That's really. And these kinds of technique I'm going to teach you today going to help you to be a better mediator. And when you learn this is going to facilitate the development of the joint session or caucus individual session. Therefore, the question arises for me as a mediator, for you as a mediator. The question is, what to do if? I always ask myself, and let me tell you, for me, every day I get into a mediation, for me, is the first mediation, the first moment I mediate. I feel butterfly in the stomach. Really? Yeah, I feel butterfly in the stomach. For me, it's like this. Then let's go to learning about what if and what to do if. Let's go. I'm going to share here slide with you all. I hope you can see the slide. Okay. What if there are interruption? Sometimes we are in the joint session. We can call joint session. We can call also together a meeting. No problem. You are in a joint session and occur an interruption, and I'm going to show you right now. Occurs an interruption. What the mediator can do without leaving, without set aside his neutrality and his impartiality, because this is very important. Oh, these are very important. Let me tell you, I've got some example that I have lived in my life. I have experienced in my life as mediator. I changed the names. Okay, for example, Act 1, joint section, interruption. Cedric, a person, I've told her I couldn't bear it anymore, but she didn't stop to listen to me. When we are in a mediation, this is our heart, okay? Our heart. And this heart is closed, but I can open it. The heart is full of pain, full of disappointment, full of frustration, full of hurt. And the mediator, the works of mediator, the work is to open this heart and take them off, everything off, all bad things, and change for good things, such as active listening, such as respecting, such as mindset and positive thoughts. That's why I call myself the architect of peace, because we are constructed into a brand new heart. Yes, the heart. So Cedric is full of pain. Cedric is emotionally hurt. Cedric is very sad. And he speaks with an aggressive tone. I told her, Jean Carlos, I couldn't bear it anymore, but she didn't stop to listen to me. Constantine interrupt. Constantine interrupt and say, yes, but before you didn't pay attention to what I was saying. It's like a revenge. But you didn't pay attention. You know that in the beginning of the mediation session, the mediator read the rules that's going to govern that mediation. Listen to me. One of the first is, listen to me. Your name is Cedric. Your name is Constantine. Cedric. Everyone, each of you is going to have your time, your turn to narrate your your story. You are going to have the time, your turn to speak about how you see this dispute, because it's very important. And you too, Constantine, you will have your turn, your moment to speak about your history. I ask you, please, do not interrupt it. When Cedric is speaking, do not interrupt, please, Constantine. Constantine, when Cedric is speaking, please do not interrupt Cedric. But why I ask this? And remember, there's a technique of why. Because if you tell a person, do this, and do not explain why, it sounds like an order. And nobody wants to obey order. Nobody wants to follow rules or law. You have to say why. Why I'm asking you? Because if you interrupt the conversation, we're gonna take less time. It's gonna last more, and you cannot hear. You cannot use in this moment. Use the active listening, active look. Speak less. I would say. Remember, look, we have our head. All the mediator needs to have this in mind. Need to have this in mind. All mediator need to have this in mind. I have my head, the reason. I have the hurt. Hurt is my emotion. Hurt and reason, emotion and reason. Between them, reason and emotion, I can find 2 years. What is it for? 2 years to listen more, to listen better. I have 2 eyes to take attention, to pay attention, to look more, to pay attention details. I have two holes in my nose to breathe. Oh my, to bring up oxygen to my mind. But I have only 1 mouth. What is it for? To speak less. Yeah, speak less. Listen more. Yes, listen more. Look more. Breathe more. Relax and speak less. That's very important. Observe. I have here these 2 kinds of interruption. You that is watching me right now, what would you do? Would you say, I have seen many mediators say, oh, stop, please. It's not your turn. No, it's not correct. It's not a correct interruption of a professional mediator. No, I'm going to teach you right now. Right now, literally how to make intervention. Follow me, please. In the next, look, the mediator intervention. Constantine, remember, I call the person by his or her name. You have to call the person the way he or she likes one to be called. Constantine, what? I heard my name, Constantine. I understand you concern, rapport. Look, I understand you concern. This is rapport technique. Oh my, mediation magic. Magic. I understand your concern. Rapport. Still, I needed to hear Cedric's narrative. I'm telling you right now that I am the important person in that moment to help them. I ask you to wait your turn to speak. Please, look to me. Please look to me. I ask to you, I depends on you. And now I use a technique like a collaborative cooperation. Question tag. Can I count on your cooperation, Cedric? And I repeat the name. Can I count on your cooperation? Tell me, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it so amazing? Is not so thrilling? Yes. Constantine, I understand your concern, the first technique. Still, I need to hear Cedric's narrative. I ask you to wait your turn to speak, please. Now, I'm going to tell you, can I count on your cooperation? I mean, I need you to help me to help you. Isn't it beautiful? Oh boy, I love it. I think that for me is beautiful, beautiful, really. I love it. It for me is beautiful. And well, let's go here. And next, I'm talking about interruptions. We have many kinds of interruption. It's not a kind of interruption. In this kind of interruption, you want to show that you have the right, you got the right, you got the reason. Second interruption. What if there are interruptions? Act 2, joint session. Cedric says, I said I couldn't bear it anymore. Now she's going to, and she lost the control. He's right, but she lost the control. And Constantine interrupted immediately. Yes, but before you didn't want to listen to me again. The same way. I couldn't bear it more, and she lost the control. When we are in the mediation process, our mind is full of, we are emotionally involved with so many things. We are in a burnout moment because you cannot control emotions. They are captains of our mind, control our mind. Then you see here, let's learn how to make the intervention. In this situation, another kind of intervention for interruption correctly. Now you are going to learn, and now you are learning how to be a professional mediator. Let's go with me. Let's learn how to make intervention. Follow me, please. Go. Mediator. Now I'm going to intervene. Constantine. Remember the name, Constantine. I am aware that's not easy to listen to this without say anything. Look, rapport to build trust, rapport to build the care for the person to understand that you care about me. Rapport. Now I'm going to tell him that I need to work, but surely you will agree with me that Cedric need to talk. Isn't that right? Listen to me. But surely you agree with me. I'm telling you, you are responsible. That Cedric need to talk. Isn't that right? Let's say, don't you agree with me? You have to provoke, you have to stimulate the person to have a positive mindset. That we have to do to create a positive mindset in the part. And the positive mindset is using these controlling words. Am I right? Isn't it right? Can I count on you? And now I'm continuing. So I ask you to wait. For now, it is Cedric's turn. And then you have your opportunity to speak. Listen, I'm going to listen to Cedric because important, but you are important for me too. rapport. And now I'm going to close my intervention without a gold key, without losing my neutrality and my partiality. That is, can we go on like this, Cedric? Or can I count on your collaboration in this regard, Constantine? You know? So I call him to help me. Let's say, give me your hand. I am the bridge. I am a bridge. But I need you to help me, to facilitate you too, to cross the bill. And this situation, you interrupt being a professional mediator. Believe me, if you perform like this, you will be succeed and you'll be recognized as a professional mediator. Remember, mediation is not something made for fun. Mediation must be professional. Do not use mediation as a second hand, as a second aid. No, mediation must be the first option, not the second option. First option every time. Now, let's go to another one. And now it's different. Remember, interruption, interruptee. Now it's differently. Is a kind of interruption, but with accusations. I blame you. You were wrong. Look, every time I speak this, I blame you. You are wrong. It's like I'm using a stick. Say, you wrong, you wrong. What if? Oh, sorry. Sorry, let me correct here. No, I have to correct here. It's alive. That's why it's good. Alive, we make correction immediately. What if again. What if other accusation? It's very common. We like to accuse everybody, we like to blame. You were to blame, I'm right. You are always right till the moment you discover you are wrong. And let me tell you other thing. I may have a message for you that you listen to me right now. I sent messaging this morning in a meeting I was teaching, a training. When you are going to make something, specifically here I'm talking about mediation or anything in your life, if one person, independent who you are, your friend, mother, father, boyfriend, girlfriend, independent wife, independent husband, boyfriend, independent, if the person tells you, hey, you're not going to get it, it's impossible, you are not going to succeed. Once it happened to me, other time too, but specifically remember one time I was going to mediate a dispute, and a friend of mine, I was passing by him, and he said to me, hey, Giancarlo, mediation is not going to work. I stopped it. I turned, I looked at him into his eyes, and I asked him, tell me, you are telling me that's not going to work? You are speaking that's not going to work because you believe that's not going to work? Because of your experience in this type of case? Or because you do not want it works? Hear that? He stopped and looked at me. No, tell me. One another. Or because you have experience, you do not believe, That's not going to work because of your experience. And for me, you do not have experience for that. Because every case is one case. Or because you don't want. Remember, every mediation is different from each other. A mediator is going to a mediation like a surgery. When you open the surgery, you see what you have to do. Superficially, you see the problem. But when they start to talking, when the motion goes up, oh my, different. Differently. I don't know who said that, but it was a philosopher that said, you will never bath, you never take a bath in the same water of a river. The river, a river. You get into the river, bath yourself in that water, and get out. When you come back, bath with another water. Even though you stay into the river, you are always bathing with new water because it's running all the time. And so is the mediation. Because you mediate a family mediation, in that case, you are going to mediate the same case, but the emotion. People are different from each other in everything. What if there accusation? Let's go. Act 1, joint session. Julie Bullet. Why do you do it all wrong? Yeah. And it was with Pierre and Pierre. And why do it all wrong? Pierre, I can't stand your incompetences. Do you understand me? Oh my, it's like a knife in my heart. Boom. My God. Why do you do it all wrong? Pierre, I can't stand your incompetence. Do you understand me? I ask you now as a mediator, what would you do? How do you make a spectacular and outstanding intervention? Let's learn how to make this intervention. Follow me, please, come on. Okay. The mediator says, Miss Julie Bullet, before Mr. Pierre Beaufort answer this question, I would like to know what made you most upset about this issue that you are experiencing. Wow, beautiful. No? Tell me, I would like to know about, because in that moment, I take off the focus of the accusation because I need to know what is most upsetting that person. Sometimes, no, please don't speak this thing for, no way. You have to interrupt it without losing your neutrality and your impartiality. Mr. Julie Bullet, before Mr. Pierre Beaufort answer this question, I take off the light from Pierre and now I put on Julie. I would like to know what made you most upset about this issue that you are experiencing. Isn't that good? It's beautiful. I love it. It's very, very beautiful. Let's see another. I told you about the interruption, accusation. How do you react? How you, as a mediator, can perform? Next, accusation again. What if there are, again, the same thing? Let me correct here. What if there are accusations? Let's go. Joint session. Julie Bullet again. Why do you do everything wrong? I can't stand your incompetences. See if you understand me. See if you understand me. I can't bear incompetence. You are very incompetent. What would I do? What would I do? Let's go. Learning how to make intervention. Let's go. I'm sorry, something's wrong here. Oh my, it was. Sorry. What if, sorry. Accusation. Okay, it's better now. Yeah, it's happened. Best family in the world. Joint session. Why do you do everything wrong? I can't stand your, so person's accusing and hurting. Now let's learn how to make intervention. Follow me, please. Mediator intervention. Miss Julie Bullitt. I understand your concern, report, and I ask that we keep this dialogue focused on the narrative of each one, without the obligation to answer questions. Listen to me. I made the intervention without losing my impartiality, my neutrality. And now I'm going to ask her cooperation. Can I count on your cooperation? I forced the person to change her mind, to have a positive mind, and to have a collaborative action, collaborative mind, a cooperative mind. And now I'm going to tell her so humbly, I need your help to be able to facilitate communication between you and at the same time manage this procedure. And now I'm going to close her near me. Is it fine for you, Julie Bullitt? Do I have your collaboration, Miss Julie Bullitt? This is what makes mediation magical. This is, believe me, when you act like that, you are telling the person, we are here together. I'm not better than you, not better than me, not better than each other. We are volunteer. Remember, the mediator is also a volunteer in the process. I'm not obliged. I do not have an obligation to be in the mediation. Right? Well, let's go again. Another kind of interruption when you need to reaffirm double impartiality. Why? Giancarlo, what does it mean? I have never heard about that. Double impartiality. Oh, yes, there is. See this example, please. In the joint session, Giorgio Cestone, I made a lot of more investment than Benito. And is it not been easy for me to live through all of that? What do you say about it, mediator? Wow. I believe that all the time in my life as a mediator, I have heard this word. What do you think about that? Do you agree with me? Am I right? Am I not right, mediator? And now, tell me, how would your interview think? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. What kind of intervention would you do? Tell me. Okay. I made a lot of investment than Benito. And it's not been easy for me to live through all of that. What do you say about that, mediator? Am I right? I'm going to teach you. Let's learn how to make intervention, medical intervention. Follow me, please. Look, I'm going to reaffirm my double impartiality. Giorgio, from my experience as a mediator, wow, I'm going to impose my authority because I am authority in what I'm doing. If I'm a professional, I'm authority in what I do. For my experience as a mediator, I believe it must be very difficult for everyone at this time. Well, for everyone, not only for you, not only for him, not only for her, not only for everybody, rapport. I am sure I'm going to create a positive mind that this is the right place and the right moment to dialogue and find the best way to reach an agreement. Giorgio, can I count on a collaboration to continue your narrative? Can I count to continue? It's beautiful, no? My God, it's so fantastic. Look, can I count, please? This is important. We at all the end of our explanation and so on have to say, can I count on your let me correct here. Can I count on your narrative? It's beautiful. This is the right way you have to make your make intervention to reaffirm your job impartiality. And now, if it is necessary to check interests and the needs, if it's necessary, or if is it necessary, go. Joint, Act 1, joint session. Suga Sorai, she says, she needs to pay all installments that are overdue and return the paid payment booklet. She needs to pay everything. To pay everything. I need to understand what's the interest and the need, because you need to pay and return what's the interest and needs. It's very important. I'm going to tell you, to teach you. Let's learn how to make intervention correctly. Follow me, please. Look, the mediator says, so, Suga Sorai, always speak the name of the person. From everything you reported, sadness, sorrows, disappointments. You want her to pay the installment and return the booklet. That's right. Remember, interest is something I can wait. Needy is something I can't wait for. I need it right now. I can't live without need. That's the point. I can't live without need. Interest, I can wait for tomorrow, from here to 10 days. Interest, I want to pay me 10 times, but I want to interest. I can divide into 10, but need, I need the money. I need the money. This is how to make this, the magical of the mediation is this. And if one part does not accept what the other is narrating, it's very common. It's very common. Very common. For example, here, Ramon Marti, I do not accept what you, Nico Sancho, are saying. I don't accept so many lies. You are lying all the time. And now, you mediator, that now watching me. How do you interrupt? How do you make intervention without losing your control, without losing your impartiality, without losing your neutrality? I tell you how. I'm going to teach you how. Let's learn how to pay. Please come with me right now. Come on. Look, the mediator. If one part does not accept. Ramon, remember the name? Ramon. I understand that it's difficult to hear certain things. Never. I don't like to say this word never, but I'm going to say never say never. Never say, for example, I agree. That is difficult. Not say I agree, because when you say I agree, when you say it is true, you are being partial. Do you agree with me? I agree with you, sir, being partial. Ramon, I understand that it's difficult to hear certain things, but listen to me. When I say but, however, notwithstanding, All the words I have said before, everything I have said before is going to be lost. People forget what you've said after you used. However, but notwithstanding, I understand that it is difficult to hear certain things, but it's important that you understand that. One moment, please. One moment, please. Oh. I'm sorry, because I have a construction here, something like that. So I'll return. Ramon, I understand that it's difficult to hear certain things, but it is important that you understand that in mediation process, in which an understanding thought, it is impossible to hear things that leave you surprised or even that disagree. Correct? It's possible. We listen to things that do not agree, and things that's going to make you you feel surprised. But it's common. Correct? Is that right? And Ramon says, yes, that's right. Is that right, Ramon? That said, Ramon, I need your commitment to wait your turn to speak. I need. And I'm going to close that count alone. Can I count on your help, Ramon? Can I count on your help, Ramon? It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And here you are. That's so quick. 45, almost about 50 minutes. Just tips. I want to learn it. I want to teach you. I want to learn from you and learn from my life. I want to teach you how to be a professional mediator, how to be a mediator of success. Prepare yourself. You have to be prepared in your mind, prepare with your spirit. That's mediation. When you are a mediator, as I am, we are the architect of peace. Our job, our work is change the life of the people. This is our work. Change the life of the people. And if you stayed in this webinar, and if you want to receive a certificate of this webinar, just send to me an email. I believe I have it here. Okay, better. Now, look, this mail, Giancarlos Dal Bianco. Oh, Giancarlos, today you are terrible. Today, Giancarlos is terrible. One moment, please. Uh-oh. Giancarlos Dal Bianco. For a moment. Ciao. That's around here. Carlos Dal Bianco. Okay. It is. It's okay. It's okay now. Let's go. Let me show you if you need to, if you want to talk to me. Listen to here. Giancarlos Dal Bianco, my email, Giancarlos Dal Bianco, giancarlos@ibramac.org. Send to me your complete name and say, sir, I have attended your webinar and I'd like to receive my certificate with my name, with the hours. It will be good for you. It's good for your curriculum. Okay? So write this. This is my also my telephone number. If you want to talk to me, feel free. Feel free to talk to me. Between you and me, there is no difference. We are learners all the time. Thank you very much. I have some people here that's participating. Oh, Katia Dal Bianco. So my wife is here. Thank you very much. Maria Augusta Bacho, thank you very much. Katarina too. And here, Goswami. That was really precise and effective way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, you all that participate in my webinar. I hope to see you next Thursday with a new webinar. And if you need me to talk about any topic, let me know. Write to me, Chicago, talk about that. Well, topic that I know, mediation or arbitration. Thank you very much. God bless you and bye-bye.